Live in the present. It's the only place true value and peace exists. Looking to the past only provides value in single-serve lessons, split into two categories: what went well and what we need to do better. That's it. Appreciate the good, learn the lessons from the bad, then let it go. It is past and can only be repeated if you focus on it and choose to reanimate it. Know that it's both the good and the bad together that got you here. The sweet can only ever be fully appreciated when you taste the sour. They both give each other value. Richness is in the middle, not at the ends. Even if here isn't where or who you think you want to be, here is the only place you can change. Not then and not later. Living in the future is either wanting something you don't have, most of which you will realize probably hasn't much real value anyway, or worrying about losing something you truly value that you already have. Take note of those. They're important to you. Write down what they are, but don't let the fear of losing these things cost you your most precious gift: time. Time to live in and with what you love the most whilst they're here. Just like the good and the bad, the fact that something ends gives it its value. If it lasted forever, it wouldn't mean as much. Find, don't fear, life's lessons. They are a gift that you had to earn with sacrifice. A regret is an opportunity for greatness if you change your perspective and your actions. Glance back for lessons and look forward with hope. But love what you have now by being present now. Take gratitude from the past and have hope for the future. The present will give you peace and balance only when you realize that you can be in it and see it at the same time. Anxiety is compassion without control. It's an overactive parent just wanting to keep you and everything you love safe. It knows you better than you think. Ignoring it only makes it grow. You can only shrink it with love and understanding. You can't cuddle or listen to something you're trying to run away from. Ask it questions. See it for what it is trying to do for you and why. Then reassure it with all that you've learned so far. Tell it you're safe, you're enough, and you are grateful for having it care about you so much. Fear is what happens when fact and fiction become fused, hopping manically between past, facts you've learned, and fiction. A future that hasn't happened yet. Much like anxiety, running away from fear only causes it to grow behind you, to come back even stronger, often when you're not looking for or expecting it. Running away from fear isn't always obvious. It sometimes looks like safety. It usually looks like the shorter path, the easier choice, less pain. But the easiest things in life are nearly always the worst choice in the long term for your core values. What are your core values? They are the words of your dearest friends and family in your eulogy. What you did and who you were to those who had the fortune to meet and share some life with you. They are the highlight reel of your life and the things that make you feel most aligned with that feeling of being the human you want to be most. The easy choices are the opposite, feeling depleted, not fulfilled. They often are the origin stories of your regrets. Just like anxiety, fear is just trying to keep you safe. The best way to lower a fear is to learn from it. Learning about your fear and providing reason to its concerns helps you differentiate the radical from the realist and turns fear into respect. And respect for what is real and present is what really keeps you safe. Fear, without reasoning and rationale, ironically provides more danger as it makes you either stationary, stagnant, and unable to adapt or grow, or sporadic and overreactive. When you turn and face a fear with reason and calm, you build faith, and faith will get you through your toughest times, even when the facts are not in your favor. Faith is extremely durable if you feed it often. Facts, by contrast, are what can be seen. They are the base of all that we have discovered so far, but they were discovered by others' acts of faith. Faith is believing without yet seeing. All facts were discovered by first facing fear, by failure, and by having faith in an outcome not yet experienced. Believe in yourself. Your triumphs are not just your own. They also help pave the path for others to follow. Anger. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be ashamed of it. Anger is just fire. If you learn how to harness it, it can guide you in the darkness. Learn how to control it, and it becomes a source of energy to drive you forward. If you fear it, it will control you. Ask it why it's there, understand its fuel. By knowing what feeds it, you can control its intensity. Know that it will always be there when you need it. Respect it and make it work for you, not against you. Know that everyone has it, and our feelings and thoughts are not actually us. They're a vast set of tools that we can use to help us live our best lives if we learn how to use them correctly and for the right job. Guilt, shame, your moral compass is derived from your core values. Guilt is a useful emotion because it validates your values, beliefs, principles, and morality. It's what keeps you on the path to how you want to be remembered. It can be incredibly useful, but only if you use sparingly once or twice per incident ideally. Remember that it is only a guide for who you really are and want to be more of. Our mistakes define us, not by what we did wrong, but how we reacted to them, how we felt, what we did with that feeling, and how we grew from it. You can only hit a target you focus on. If you focus only on the failure and the bad feeling, you'll keep hitting it. And if you hit that target often enough, you become more of the person you're trying to avoid. The truth is, there is no absolute bad or good. We are all at some point the best and worst version of ourselves, all of us. It's what makes us human. The balance is having the humility to accept our shortcomings, whilst also having the self-worth to appreciate our value and rights to exist and be free as much as anyone else. Be kind to yourself always. Listen to your heart, and treat yourself with the compassion you'd give to your dearest friend who'd made the same mistake and subjected themselves to that self-criticism. Only with acceptance of all of oneself can we ever grow and move forward.